Happy Monday. Hopefully, everyone had an awesome weekend. I actually mowed the yard and did some other things, and by golly, when I got done after taking a shower, my body decided it was time for a nap. I think that's only the fifth nap I took this year so far. Yeah, I just can't lay down and take a nap. It has to have to be extremely tired in order to take a nap. Also, let me know how my audio is because I lowered the dB. It's something I'm kind of doing here on and off, is just kind of lowering it. Because I know on some sites it's really loud, and especially on phones. But hopefully the audio comes through. Now, of course, in light of all the monstrous people and new gun control laws are in effect in New York. That's right. I don't think they're there for your safety. New York governor signs a law raising the age to own a semi automatic rifle. And I think he signed the body armor ban. I know people says you don't need body armor, but we had a summer of love that were not so peacefully protesting against police violence towards minorities. And you really want to think it's about protecting you? I'm just saying, either you trust the state or you don't. New York age New Yorkers age under 21 will be prohibited from buying semi automatic rifles under a new law signed Monday by Governor Kathy Hochul, making the states one of the first to enact a major gun control initiative following the wave of deadly mass shootings, mostly in Chicago and New York and a few other places. Hochul, a Democrat, signed 10 public safety bills related safety related bills, including one that would require micro stamping in new firearms, which could help law enforcement to solve gun crimes. Another revised is the state's red flag law, which allows courts to temporarily take away guns from people who might be a threat to themselves and others. And on the surface, that sounds like a really good idea until, oh, I don't like your politics, he threatened. So let me rephrase that. So red flag log says, you're talking to a buddy, you're my buddy. Oh, I don't like your politics there, buddy. Hey, he just threatened me. He's a danger to society. And you get a red flag log on the person unable to defend yourself. The next thing you know, you get this is the NYPD. We're here to seize your guns. And then you have to go to court to prove that you're innocent. Even though you made no threats, you're a law abiding citizen, but yet you have, this takes away due process. And you have to follow it, because if you don't follow it, that's another levy red flag that's onto you. So it's not necessarily as good as people make it out to be. And hopefully it won't be abused, but when I say hopefully it won't be abused, there's a good chance it probably will be abused. That's why I am not in favor of red flag laws. I like red flag laws on a fundamental level, but until someone can make it to where it doesn't take away due process, then I'm just going to be against it. In New York, we're taking bold, strong actions. We're tightening red flag laws to keep guns away from dangerous people, Honchel said in a press conference in Bronx. A New York legislature passed the bills last week, pushing changes through after a pair of mass shootings involved an 18-year-old gunman using a semi-automatic. 10. Why? Why? Why do you have to do this to me, ABC? Why do you have to do this to me? 10 black people died in a racist attack in Buffalo supermarket May 14th. A Texas shooter took the lives of 19 children and 2 teachers 10 days later. Those are tragic, but you could just say 10 people died in a racist attack in Buffalo supermarkets. That's all you had to report. No, you gotta bring race into it, and you wonder why there's division within our society. Most people under the age have already been banned from owning handguns in New York. People age 18 and over will allowed to own other type of long guns, including shotguns and bolt action rifles. But when you need multiple shots, bolt action is going to get you killed. Sorry. I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, we got to live in reality that there's some monsters out there. If you're only limited to bolt action, you can only get one shot off. Then you're going to load another one. The next thing you know, they're already on top of you. Part of New York's new law will also require all purchase of semi-automatic rifles to get a license. Not only can you just not get it, you have to get a license. Please, please, Daddy Government, can I get a rifle? Please, Daddy Government, can you approve this license? Something now required only for handguns. Hochul signed a bill Monday that will restrict the sales of bullet-resistant vests and armory only to people in certain professions. So yeah, she gets to be surrounded by armed guards wearing bulletproof vests, semi-automatic pistols, and semi-automatic rifles. But she's pretty much told the rest of you people, no, you can't have body armor because people tend to use them in crimes and it makes us harder to take them out. So you can't have them. The one thing that was non-lethal that would protect kids, people of color, you are not allowed to get body armor. They don't care about your safety. If they did, they would actually let this be legal. The governor said New York will continue to invest in prevention gun-related crimes by partnering with local communities and continue to straighten the laws to put pressure on Congress. Today's the start and it's not the end. Thoughts and prayers won't fix this, but taking strong action will. We'll do that in the name of the lives that have been lost and for our parents who will no longer see their children stepping off the school bus. And it just kind of continues on. Give me one moment. One moment here. One moment. Oh, I don't have that. I don't have that. Which is not an issue. Does not matter. It's not an issue. Notifications. We'll go to here. Go down to here. Let's see here. So, us Second Amendment people, when we say we want our current laws being enforced, this is what we mean. What good is having more gun laws if a DA won't press charges for the ones that are already on the book? This is DA Larry Krasner. Terrible crimes last night in South Street tell our Pennsylvania legislature it's time for real action. Boycott the NRA lobbyists, boycott NRA donations, bring real common sense gun regulations, Pennsylvania now. The Inquirer, we do not believe that arresting people, convicting them for illegal gun possession is a valuable strategy to reduce shooting, the DA office wrote. But isn't that a red flag? Don't you want illegal gun possessions to be charged? Or do you just want to ban guns? Do you want to ban the sale of future guns? And as guns break down over time, as they do, making it harder for us to repair them, and we can't replace them, they're therefore backdooring getting rid of the Second Amendment because you prohibit the sale of certain guns. I mean, I gotta ask yourself. I mean, is that your goal? I mean, we want the current laws. Even though we may not agree the term of illegal gun possession, but if you're not willing to charge people of convicting them of illegal gun possession, the whole reason why we have background checks is to make sure dangerous people do not get them once they've proven themselves to be a danger. But yet you don't want to convict them for illegal possession of a gun. You don't think that's a viable strategy to reduce shootings? Now, there is the controversial of um, frisk and search of random people in certain areas of New York, which actually helped reduce gun violence in New York. I understand that's controversial because it only targeted a certain group of population, but it was that group of population or an area that was known to be very violent. So this was all about saving lives. He would build upon that, make it less controversial, let people know until things have changed, those things will continue. Now, this did reduce gun violence by a lot. People don't want to talk about that because that was a solution that worked. Other than it was white cops targeting black folks, keeping us down, is the messaging that they were done. Now, it was deemed unconstitutional, or the mayor at the time decided to end the practice. And I don't really care if he ended the practice or not, but if you're going to tell me a DA is not willing to prosecute people that are illegal gun possession and put them on the do not buy list first, and now you want to turn around and tell me that you want to take away my guns? No, we want the current laws enforced. It has nothing to do with any new gun laws has nothing to do with safety if the old ones are not being enforced. It's really the whole point I'm going at here. Anyways, I thought that was something to bring up, that they actually got the pass of the body armor pass. Now, it may lose people when it comes to the Second Amendment of actual the firearm, but why are you going to ban the sale of a body armor that could save lives? We have to prove to the state that we need protection, but yet you could be a mayor, you could be a governor, you could be one of the House of Representatives, and you'll be protected with semi-automatic weapons, as in a handgun and rifle. Those people protecting you are going to wear body armor. Hell, even you yourself could wear a body armor, saying because you're a politician or elected person and you're a person of importance, so therefore you need to be protected. What about the kids? What about Sally across the street? Is their life not just as important as yours? I would say that their lives are more important than yours because they're the ones that voted you into office. And this is how you're going to treat them? I don't think this is about safety. This is about, it's not even about gun control. I think it's about controlling the masses. Because if you can have a monopoly of force, then you can control the masses. Throughout history, whenever a society is given up the means to protect themselves, the government had monopoly of force, turned into an authoritarian state. 1930 Germany, Russia, China, North Korea, Australia, to name a few places. In Australia, I get probably hyperbolic, but you got a state or a province in Australia that locked down to the extreme measures. You had a person saying that we need to go out and protest, was arrested for the violation of certain medical rules that they deem to be necessary. So, no, I have a no budge stance because of that. And shame on New York. On you. Shame on New York for passing these laws. And you know, Texas will gladly take the next electoral college that's up for grab. Or maybe Florida, who are not doing these emotional tear jerks laws. I don't think New York is going to be any safer with these laws. Neither is Illinois or any other state that enacts similar laws. And we'll see what the Supreme Court has to say, because the Supreme Court has a couple of cases that they're ruling on. And while I am expecting a certain rule on them, I'm not going to count them out. That being said, leave a comment down below on what your thoughts are. Smash the like and subscribe button on any and all platforms, or just the platform you're currently watching. But most importantly, Have yourself a wonderful day, morning, or evening.